We're here to define what a man is, right?
Responsibility creates struggle, struggle creates strength, and strength creates structure.
How many people care about what people think about them? Be honest.
As a man, you got to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family.
When we talk about being a man, it's your behaviors.
But I don't say any of this to brag. I don't say any of this to gloat my life up or I'm better than anybody.
I start crying. I'm like, why am I crying? And so what I realized was,
you put yourself in a target-rich environment. You are the only woman that paid for a ticket to come to this event.
if you're trying to teach your daughter to be around a certain man and you're not that man yourself, she gonna choose you.
Hey, let me not touch this nigga. He too clean. Where is that on you?
It's not on me.
It's not on you. The only reason why it's not on you is because you didn't choose it.
Find the women who can actually help you build. And here's some deep game for you. You don't have to have sex with all of them.
Since 2016, I've been following Lucario and Miles. Y'all changed my life. Followed by Uncle Ram. So ever since then, I've been getting a little bit of too much ass at times.
As you know, as a man, there's a balance to it. Your purpose and pussy. And the heavier your purpose.
Even if you lose the relationship, you don't lose yourself. And that's the most important part.
Click the link below and get your tickets to the Game Kings 2, The Definition of a Man seminar in Las Vegas, Nevada, Labor Day weekend, September 3rd, featuring Boss Mac Topsoil, Steve the Dean Williams, Mr. 1950, Afi Kingdom, King Dre, and hosted by Miles Cunningham and yours truly, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. So make sure you click the link below to get your tickets today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Yo, we here.
Green here. Ocean Mouse, you at the airport?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Was this popping, people? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man, and all that other good shit. You feel what I'm saying? And all of that. What time's your flight?
2.
2. Okay, so you got some time if you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the airport early type nigga. I don't play those games where they get right there on time. Like
I feel you.
I don't play none of those games, bro.
I feel you. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. So I got a lot of videos that I'm gonna play to talk about this topic because this shit is terrible out here when it comes to when it comes to the game. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Today's show we're gonna be talking about why insecure guys don't want their girlfriends to have a life outside of the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on, Miles, you gotta put it on mute because there's like mad noise in the background when you're not talking.
My bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
That should be crazy. But yeah, so guys, we're gonna be talking about why insecure guys don't want their girlfriends to have a life outside of the relationship, right? So basically this is about, guys not wanting their girls to have any fun. You hear this all the time on the internet where dudes be like, yo, my girl can't go to the club, she can't go on no girls trips, she can't have an Instagram, all these other things, right? And what you got to understand is that when it comes to this, a lot of guys have a fear of losing their chick, right? See, guys will say shit like, well, I'm doing stuff because I have boundaries. I'm doing stuff because I'm trying to protect her from harm and evil. And that's why I don't want her to go out and do all these things. But the reality is not that they're actually scared that, something bad is going to happen to their woman. They're scared that the chick is going to leave them for another dude. You feel what I'm saying? But Miles, what's your thoughts on that shit? Well, you got to take yourself off of mute. Hold on.
Do you still hear a bunch of background noise?
Now you're a little bit better now.
Okay, because I put in both earpads, whatever. I put in both things in my ear. Dudes is well, see, that's the problem with most dudes. They're afraid to lose shit, not realizing that one day they're gonna die. It's
right.
Like we're given this life, and one day it's gonna be taken away, and you don't realize that. You could get into a relationship, and one day that's gonna end too. You know what I'm saying? Like even when if you get a dog, one day the dog is usually gonna die before you do.
Mm-hmm.
You buy a car, the car is gonna fucking fail before you do. So you're always gonna lose something, and it's just it's immature and very insecure when guys don't realize this fact, and the sad part is that they actually think they can prolong their relationship by locking their females down, and it's like that's the shit that's gonna make you lose your relationship even faster. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy what these dudes out here, bro.
Exactly. Real shit. So that's what I'm gonna do. We got like 5 videos. Some of them are, I think 2 of them are shorts. The other ones are maybe 5 or 10 minutes long. So I'm gonna bring up these videos and we're gonna talk about some of these things. So I'm gonna mute your mic every time you're not talking, just to get the background noise out of there and shit. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up where's the share screen so that you guys. Okay, let me do this one video. Let me see which one is this that I'm trying to get. Why not to go to, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna show this real quick. Right, this is like a real quick short, and then we're gonna get into this thing. Hold, let me add this to the joint. All right, so this is by this guy named Kyle X Patrick Podcast or whatever. So this one is called "Why Not."
There's literally a man who's in charge of Dubai today.
That's not the one.
Why should
right
you go out to the club in a relationship? I can tell you one thing. First, you are chugging down liquor, alcohol that completely removes your inhibitions, takes off your judgment, and makes you into a sexual fucking deviant with no morals. Obviously, that's it 101. 2, you're in an environment meant for sexual partners to meet. Everyone is prowling across the club. 6-inch stilettos, men holding the drink on their hand, eyeing the dance floor, just want to fuck everything that moves. That's what it is. So if you want to build a healthy relationship, you're going to both have to stop going to the club. Oh my God, I want to have fun. I'm young. Well, you might have a lot of fun, but watch where your relationship trends the more you drink, and watch where it trends the less you drink. The less you drink, the better it will be every single time, and we all know this.
All right, let me get that out of there. All right, so basically, the dude said, you know, if you want to actually have a good relationship, you know, you can't be out here in the clubs. Like your chick can't be out here in the clubs doing all this shit because there's a lot of liquor going on, and dudes is gonna basically try to fuck your girl. So you know she shouldn't be out here having fun in the clubs. You feel what I'm saying? But see, this is what a lot of these guys don't understand, right? Is that it's not about the club, right? Because your chick could get fucked in any situation that she meets a guy. She could meet a guy at Starbucks. She could meet a guy at fucking, you know, the library. She could meet a guy at the fucking, you know, at church or whatever the fuck. But see, what they do is they say, well, that environment, it creates a situation where it's easier to make shit happen. But what you got to understand is that when your woman gets around guys who have game, right? It don't matter where the fuck, you understand what I'm saying, your girl is at, because they'll still make shit happen. You feel what I mean? It's still going to go down. You feel what I'm saying? So that'll go down. You know what I mean? But Miles, what's your thoughts on that shit real quick?
Well, I think one good thing that he did say was to stop to not drink as much. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I think that's one good thing as far as, because you know a lot of people, or especially younger people, is like there's this big excuse to like treat your body like shit. You know what I mean? And overdo things. And it's like, you know, enjoying yourself is cool, but you don't need to overdo it. You don't need to like, you know, be reckless with your life. You see what I'm saying? And you know, as far as building a healthy relationship, that's all about building a healthy relationship with yourself first. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And then from there, you can build healthy relationships with you know with the female or whatever. But the thing is, the part where he goes wrong is that he starts talking about, oh well, you know, don't go to the club because that's gonna get your girl to have sex with somebody else. That's gonna get your girl fucked or whatever. And again, it's really just insecurity because and here's the thing: a lot of dudes, because they know that when they go to the club, they're like super thirsty and desperate for pussy. They
Right.
think that's the MO for every other dude. And I mean, granted, that's the MO for a lot of dudes, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's like the reason why you're so insecure about it is because you know that's how you were showing up to the club.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when people say things, I mean, especially for people who don't have knowledge of stuff, when they say things about other people, they're really talking about themselves. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
he's like, yeah, these guys are standing there with their drinks and they're staring at the dance floor and they just want to fuck everything that moves. It's because that's what you was doing. You understand? But you know, you're not really taking into account that you know the insecurity that you felt going to the club trying to holler at girls is the same insecurity you feel that other cats are trying to holler at your girl, and then because you're the lowest person on the totem pole at the club, you feel like any other dude in the club is has the ability to take your girl. So then you're like, nah, don't let her go to the club, bro, because I know what I was doing back then. It's kind of like when you know they always say to a guy, wait till you have a daughter, right? And then you have those fathers who are super protective of their daughters because they know how they behaved when they were young men, when they was a young man, and they know, hey, this kid, he wants to fuck my daughter. He wants to, you know what I'm saying? He wants to do all that nasty shit that I wanted to do when I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's that same thing. But again, you can't be afraid to lose your girl. You need to have confidence. And truthfully, if everybody was secure, they would understand that we're all here to enjoy this life. So if you're with a chick and she thinks that being with another nigga is going to be more enjoyable or better for her, it's your job to let her go. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's a part of being a human being to be able to say, hey, if you really feel like that's better for you, then go right ahead. You understand? Now, whether you you know, there's a lot of dudes that want to take chicks back and be stuck in the friend zone, that's up to you. But what I'm saying is, you need to be confident enough to be able to let your girl go, and be cool with letting her go, and then making room for another chick. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's really what it's all about, because she needs to enjoy her life and you need to enjoy yours.
Right. That's real shit. That's real shit. And see, Nolan said, well, clubs do damage good relationships and marriages between both genders. No, it doesn't. It's the thing. You guys have to understand, it's not the club. Okay. What you got? Okay. Women go to clubs all the time. You understand? And what happens is a lot of times women go to clubs and dudes will try to holler, right? But most dudes don't holler because they're scared to approach women. That's off top. So most of the guys, I say 75 to 80% of dudes ain't gonna holler at the chicks anyway. They just gonna look at them. The other 20% that's gonna holler at the girls are guys that just holler at chicks anyway, right? Now, you might say, well, those 20% of guys, they're gonna holler at my girl and this and that, right? Those 20% of guys would have hollered at your girl in the street, would have hollered at your girl at Starbucks, would have hollered at your girl at the laundromat. So what I'm saying is that the point of it being a club doesn't make a fucking difference, because if your girl wanted to go with whichever guy is hollering at her, she's gonna fucking get with the nigga. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. That's all you guys got to understand, man. Oh my goodness. But let me pull up this next video, and this is one I wanted to show because I thought this is hilarious that people actually think this. Go ahead, Miles.
I just want to say to Nolan's point, clubs do damage to good relationship. If a club can do damage to your relationship, how good is it?
Exactly. Right. That's a fact. Well, let me share this other video real quick. Let me see which one I want to get to. Why? Okay, this one right here. All right, let's share this real quick. Now listen to this fuckery. Let's start this.
And she's going to the club. She wants you with her. She wants to have that drink with you. She wants to get tipsy with you. She wants to do the sexy dance with you. She wants you with her if she's really into you. If she's making plans to go to the club and she's going with a bunch of single girlfriends or even girls that have boyfriends, but none of the guys are there, she doesn't like you that much. She doesn't. She wants you to stay at home because she's still got her eye open on the dance floor. She still wants that attention. And she's still got one foot out the door where she's like, well, I like this guy, but I'm not 100% sure. So I want to go. I want to get my groove on. I want to see how much attention I get. I want to know that I've still got it, that I still have options, because I promise you, if she's super into you, she's going to want to spend that Saturday night with you and she's going to want you there. No question. If a
All right. See, what you got to understand about that is this, right? If a woman is feeling you, like if your girl, like, you know, she likes spending time with you, she likes being with you, your girl wants to spend time with you and be with you, right? But that still doesn't mean that she doesn't want to spend time with her friends and just chill with her friends. You understand? And this is what I would like to ask any of you guys. Why in the fuck would you want to be going to the club with your girl and her friends? Why? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would you even want to do that? That shit is ridiculous. Like, if you say, listen, I'm going to the club with my friends, we're gonna go and have a good time. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. You understand what I'm saying? Because now that you're going with your friends, I'm gonna do my thing over here and have some me time. Right? I'm gonna just do my shit. I'm gonna go do whatever the fuck I do. Why would I want to spend my Saturday night or whatever with you and your cackling ass friends? You see what I'm saying? But see, a lot of guys, what they think is see, that this sounds nice to insecure men, because insecure men love to be around their women all the fucking time. You see what I'm saying? But Miles, just thoughts on that shit though.
I mean, the very first part, once again, is not bad. I mean, she's right. You know, if your girl is into you, she wants to do a lot of stuff with you, but
right.
she's still a person. She's gonna want to do stuff with her girlfriends. She might want to do shit with other niggas too. Who knows? Because
right.
I mean, listen, Attention is attention is attention. And
Mm-hmm.
look, even though you're my girl, it's not my job to pay you as much attention as you want.
Right.
It's my job to pay you as much attention that's necessary for me to be a good leader and to foster a good relationship between you and I. But
Mm-hmm.
look, if you want to get dressed and let niggas flirt with you and talk to you and all this other shit, then go right ahead. And I swear to God, if there's a nigga out there that for whatever reason you feel like, you know what, he got more game than my nigga, or I want to go with him, or I want to do this, I want to do that, please go ahead and do it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Please go ahead and do it. The thing is that as long as it don't interfere with what's going on between you and I, we all good. We
Mm-hmm.
all good. But the bottom line is influence. Most niggas don't have influence because they too insecure. You see,
Right.
the way that you really influence a woman is to focus on yourself. Because when she realizes that you're the most important thing in your life, she she starts to think to herself, damn, he's the most important thing in his life. And if he values himself that much, I should probably value him that much. You
Right.
understand? And a lot of niggas don't understand that type of stuff gets into her subconscious to where when she actually is at the club and some dude is trying to sweet talk her and talking all this shit, she knows, okay, this dude just want to smash. But I got a guy at home that's like that provides smashing and an entire whole lifestyle of game that I appreciate and that I respect. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? And he's focused on himself, so I'm focused on him. So the thing is, she could go out and have fun and still be able to come back home because he wants to, not because she feels like um, she's locked in. Or and I've heard stories of these dudes, bro. They make their chicks get on FaceTime to make sure they're not talking to other dudes or
Right.
dancing with other dudes, or they make sure they chick text them like every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, or every hour on the hour or some dumb shit
Right.
to make sure that they're not doing that with another dude. And it's like, bro, if you really gotta be doing that, your relationship is weak already.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you really gotta be doing that, if you really gotta keep your chick so close to the so cuff her so fucking tight, you're not in a decent relationship. You understand what I'm saying? You should be able to give your woman free will. She go enjoy herself and say, I'm coming back home to my nigga because he's that strong, confident, source of influence that I need in my life. And so she makes a choice. Because what you really want is for a woman to make the choice to fuck with you. Not to feel compelled because she's afraid of you don't want her to be afraid of losing you. You want her to want you that much. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? There's a difference that a lot of people don't understand. There's a difference between being afraid to lose someone and wanting something that bad. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Real shit. And 215 was popping. Who this? 215.
What's good? What's good, Lucario?
What's going
good,
on?
Miles?
What up?
You hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear.
What's going on, bro?
Who's this?
It's Stevie from the project, Miles. I donated 6 to you, Lucario.
Okay, I see it. Appreciate it. All right. So what's going on? What's going on?
No, I just wanted to chime in on a club game, man, because I'm 45, bro. You guys took me back. Like, if the girl wants to go to the club, let her go to the club. Let these little bitch-ass niggas trick off drinks all night.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do all that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I was in the Marine Corps, man, we had our game down so packed. Like, I had one nigga named Catfish, because he'll fuck anything.
Mm-hmm.
He was just happy to be there.
Right.
I already knew the unattractive girl was the one driving.
Mm-hmm.
I knew already. So if nobody talks to her, I'm ready to go. That's her stick. She gonna take all the broads with her.
Right.
The girls kissing girls, bro, I walk right past them bitches.
Mm-hmm.
That's all attention. I don't even play. I look for the broad that's real demure, real quiet in the cut that got somewhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I never parking lot pimped. I never did that bullshit. I hit the bitch with a business card. Holler you later. That's it. Cause I was like, I was out. I've been to some, if you from NYC or whatever, I done been to some crazy shit, Western Hall, Sound Factory, all that shit.
Right.
Like real clubs. Like these guys don't really some guys are younger on this show. They really don't know like leaving from Jersey, going to NYC, coming back home 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit was like, that's the kind of shit I did. But the club game, if you try to pedestalize a woman, let her go out to the club, man.
Right.
Let these bitch ass niggas trick off all kind of drinks. Let them do whatever they want. Cause girls do that shit. Girls are like, they go out there for the validation from men. They want to see if they still got it. You know what I'm saying? They go out with their girlfriends and then they're real sadistic. Some of them will hang out with a chick that's less attractive to them. They know she's not as bad as them, but standing next to her, this bitch like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of shit broads do, man. But you're right about that, Lucario, man. You know, you guys are right about that when it comes to guys trying to handcuff a bitch. Let them go to the clubs.
Right.
And like I told my nephew, I'm gonna lay my plane on this. I said, he got a little young girl, she little. I said, look, I told him, these 3 trips right here, man, I called them the goddamn tax return trips. Miami, Vegas, Jamaica, Cancun.
Right.
It's going down. Don't take it serious. Don't take it personal. But there's a good chance you might be getting fucked. And I land my plane there.
All right, that's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, brother. All right, I'll let you, man. Peace. That's what's up. I'm telling yo. Now I'm gonna bring up this next video. Shout out to my dude K Zaggin in the chat. He said insecure dudes can't handle that their women having a life outside of them. That's a fact. I'm telling you. Listen, let me show you this next clip, this next video real quick. Hold on. Let me get through these videos first, and I'm gonna take some calls right after that. I'm gonna get through these videos real quick because I gotta show y'all these things real quick because it's important for you guys to check out. So now this is a longer clip. It's from the Whatever podcast, and this one right here is called "Why Men Hate Their Girlfriends Going to the Club." See, I'm telling you, these niggas don't want nobody having fun. They don't want their chicks to have no fun. They don't want them to have a life outside of them or nothing. But I'm gonna talk about the major flaw in what the fuck they're saying in this video. Check this out.
Scenario. Would you be okay with your long-term monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party type environment where throughout the course of the night, he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you, and these women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you. And his single manho friends are rallying, being a bad influence. You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that.
Would you guys be okay with that?
That's not necessarily what happens on a night out.
I don't know if you noticed, but he described what
So
woman.
that's exactly what's going on.
Wait,
in the situation?
Yeah.
He
What
literally
he described is what women go through
exactly.
all the time.
Unless you're super famous, guys are not going to have.
You're super famous.
Now hold on. Let me pause it there for real quick. So basically, what he's saying to the girls, this is the point he's trying to make, that he's trying to get the women to understand, right? He's saying if your boyfriend, he's telling the girls, if your boyfriend went out to the club, right, and a bunch of girls was trying to holler at him, buy him drinks, have sex with him, and then his other male friends were trying to egg him on to make it happen, would you feel okay with that? Right? Now, the flaw in asking the women that question is you're making the women equal to men. You see what I'm saying? You're making the women equal. This is the equivalent of me owning a company. And I say to my employees, how would you feel if you had to run a company 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and had to deal with a bunch of employees and blah, 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 blah? They'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I just work here from 9 to 5. I don't know nothing about that. You know why they don't know nothing about that? Because they're a fucking employee and I'm the boss. You see what I'm saying? We're in 2 different lanes. So a lot of these dudes, what happens is they're trying to equate the same thing, and it's not the fucking same thing. But see, what happens is, and I'm gonna rewind it back real quick because I want you to see the analogy he's talking about and what he said specifically, and he's really talking about himself and the other guys. But check this out real quick. Listen to this.
A monogamous partner going to a nightclub, bar, or party type environment where throughout the course of the night he's going to get approached, flirted with, and sexually pursued by numerous attractive women, some of which are more attractive than you and could potentially be a better partner than you.
You see what he said right there? He said, some of which who are more attractive than you and who would potentially be a better partner than you. What he's basically saying is, I'm scared for my girl to go out to the club because she's going to meet guys who are better looking than me and who could potentially be a better partner than me. You're fucking scared and insecure. You see what's wrong with these niggas? This is what we be talking about. These dudes are insecure as fuck.
Look, it's kind of like this. You know when you talking to like a rapper or an athlete,
right?
And they ask the athletes, you know, are you think you're the best player on the planet, or you think you're the best player the world has ever seen, or do you think you're the best player in the league? And the athlete will say, listen, I know that they have other legends and people that might be better than me on paper, but if you're asking me, I think I'm the best. I'm the best out there.
Right.
You understand? And so that type of confidence, you have to have that type of confidence if you're gonna do anything in this world. That's the type of confidence you need to have. Because we discussed this the other day when I was saying, as a game spitter, I think I'm the best out. Like forget Lucario, Steve the Bean, Mr. 1950, all them niggas. I think I am the best.
Right.
Now, do I have respect for everybody? Of course I do. But the thing is, I'm not gonna do something with passion and intelligence and energy and act like other motherfuckers is better than me.
Right.
You understand? Because that's what's gonna make me the best Miles Cunningham I can be. So if we bring it back to this conversation, him literally saying those words, where somebody that might be more attractive than you, somebody that might be better for your girl than you are, he's automatically he's not only pedestalizing his girl, he's pedestalizing the possible niggas at the club.
Right.
You understand? And once you begin to do that, subconsciously or consciously, you begin to look weak in front of your girl, bro. That's what these niggas don't understand. And that's the part that's gonna send your girl to somebody else's arms. That's the exact mindset that's gonna send your chick to another dude. You get what I'm saying? But when you have the confidence, and I'm not saying things don't happen still. But what I'm saying is, when you have the confidence that, yo, I don't give a fuck who my chick ever meet. She coming back home to me, or she's gonna tell that nigga, yo, I got a man that I respect, and she might flirt with him, she might make him buy her a drink, but she coming back home to me because she know what the game is, she know what the protocol is for this relationship, blah blah blah. If you keep that type of confidence, that's what. First of all, even if she do leave you, that's what's gonna keep you sustained for you to keep it moving and continue spitting your game, continue living your life and enjoying your situation. And that's the number one thing, because at the end of the day, you got to remember, you can't control what other people do. You see what I'm saying? The only thing we can really do is trust in ourselves, trust in our own identities, trust in our own confidence, and continue to live. Because again, your chick could leave you from hollering at another dude, or she could get hit by a bus, or she could be on one of them girls' nights, and then whoever's driving the car, when her girlfriend got too drunk, and then they have a car accident, and all of them in the car fucking die. You see what I'm saying? God forbid. But the bottom line is, you gotta be ready to lose things, or else you'll never truly enjoy it. Because you instead of enjoying it, you'll be too busy worried about losing it.
Right, real shit. And see, Cole still said, isn't the equivalent of her man going out, asking girls out, exchanging info, and setting up dates? If she doesn't like that, she can't go to the club. Well, no, Cole still, this is the thing. If he goes out to the club with his boys and he has a girlfriend, right? And they're in a monogamous relationship and he, shouldn't be cheating on her, right? Does that mean that he still can't go to the club? Does that mean he still can't hang out with his boys and have a good time? He can't drink and shoot the shit and talk and catch up with his boys? He can't do that shit because he has a girlfriend now? So why is it that she can't actually have fun too with her girls? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, see, the issue is this. You guys live on planet Earth. So on planet Earth, there are other people just like you called human beings, right? So unless you're going to go on another planet where it's just you and your girl, understand your girl is going to run into other men. And those other men are probably going to try to holler at your girl. And your girl actually, and this is the scary part, your girl actually might find these other guys attractive. Oh my God. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You can't do shit about it. That's what's so lovely about the game is that you don't have you have no control over this shit. That's what I love about the game. You have no control over this shit. The only thing you have control over is yourself. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is that a lot of these dudes.
I just saw Jalen Rose.
Oh, word?
Yeah, he just walked past me. You think nobody recognized his ass? He got a hoodie on and some sunglasses.
Oh, he trying to leave it incognito. Hilarious. Well, let's continue with this shit. Let's see what they say.
Oh, and by the way, since he don't have to be on ESPN with all that makeup no more, in person he looks like a regular ass dude. Like you see how he be looking on TV? He looks like a regular ass dude in person.
These women are buying him drinks, getting him drunk, and enthusiastically want to sleep with him that night and steal him away from you. And his single manho friends are rallying, being a bad influence. You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that.
Would you guys be okay with that?
That's not necessarily what happens on a night out.
I don't know if you noticed, but he described what
So
woman.
that's exactly what's going on in the situation.
Yeah.
He
What he
literally
described,
just
he described is what women go through
exactly.
all the time.
Unless you're super famous, guys are not going to have.
Super famous.
Yeah, I'm talking.
In general,
average women get this experience that I just described. So
Average women.
Yeah.
average.
Not
women,
every woman.
Average.
Not every
women,
woman,
in
but
general,
average women do.
but most. Okay.
I get it.
You know what's funny? This is how I know. You see these three niggas right here? This is how I know they don't really be out here in these streets. Because let me tell you guys something. When you go out to a club or a bar or any spots like this, half the time, let's say if a woman goes there, it's her and like three of her friends, right? So it's like, four girls and they going out and hanging out. Sometimes what will happen is the whole night, those chicks will hang out and talk to each other. And what will happen is they might have a few dudes that come up to maybe one or two of them at some point, and that's it. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what I want to say that's interesting? These days more than like maybe 10 years ago. I don't even know why. It's crazy how the more insecure dudes are. Don't you realize that it's a less and less dudes approaching women?
Right, exactly.
So what are you afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
Like at this point, all you really need to do is have confidence.
Right.
Because chances are you have more confidence than 90% of the dudes out there, but you're too scared to approach your chick anyway.
Right. Yo, because other day, like I was out with April a few weeks ago, whatever, and we was at the spot, and there was a bunch of chicks there, like groups of girls, and all they did, they sat down, they drunk, they ate their food, talked to each other, and then walked out. I ain't seen no dude holler at this group of girls. Not one. You understand what I'm saying? Not one. So it's like niggas be thinking that, the chick walks outside and a bunch of 20 million niggas is running after her every 2 seconds. That's not real life. Now, do women go out and get approached? Yes. But the way these niggas is acting like, man, a chick goes out to the bar and like 50 guys are in a line waiting to buy her a drink. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, what are y'all talking about? So Cole still says she's advertising for guys to ask her out. Isn't that the equivalent of her man asking other girls out, just saying two can play that game?
Again, he's equating. He's acting like men and women are equal. We're not.
Right. And Cole still. So what? Your girl basically, because she exists, she should just be in the house, away from every other nigga, because y'all are together now. Because obviously her existing and being outside and having fun with her friend is her advertising to get another guy or to get a guy to fuck with her. And this is what you guys got to understand. Let me break it little hearts real quick. Do you understand that women, no matter what, still want attention from other men? I keep trying to tell y'all niggas this. Women will always, I don't care how much your girl loves you. I don't care how much your girl is into you and all that other shit. A woman will never, ever, ever stop wanting attention from other men, ever. You understand? See, dudes be thinking that you being with your girl is enough attention for her. You understand? And in fact, if you are giving your girl enough attention, you're doing it wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if your girl feels like you're giving her enough attention to where she don't want attention outside of you, you're doing it wrong, because that means you're giving your girl too much attention, which means you're up under your girl all the fucking time. You see what I'm saying? Like, why would you listen? Your girl should be trying to get more of your attention because you're too busy being a fucking man. So what the fuck are y'all motherfuckers talking about? Well, I want, if she goes to the club, she's going to want me to come with her if she's really my woman. And like, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Like, you should be too busy being a man, living your life. Your girl should be like, oh, can we spend more time together? I want to see you more, blah, 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 blah. Right? That should be the actual conversation. And let's go ahead, boss.
See, this is why so many relationships fizzle out. So, fizzle out just after a couple months, because these dudes be so fucking needy, bro.
Right.
These dudes be needy, and it's like, again, and I remember saying this. I remember, like I said, about a decade ago, wasn't it women always complaining about men cheating?
Right, exactly.
So we literally switching places with these females because so many dudes think that we're equal to women. Bro, it's just sad to see the neediness, because the thing is, a woman is always going to be needy. You know what I'm saying? A woman is always going to want to spend as much time as possible. But when the guy does that too, and both of them is trying to basically love bomb and be needy all up under each other, that's why they get sick of each other so quickly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why men get sick. That's why men and women are sick of each other these days. Because everybody's insecure, everybody's needy, and nobody has confidence in who they actually are.
Right. Real shit. Let's go do this shit.
You're going to tell me you'd be okay with that?
Okay, no, not with that. Definitely no.
So you can see how this can be a little contradictory, because none of you would be okay with it, right? But then you say guys should be okay with girls going out all the time. But that's exactly the scenario.
She didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't say that. But you two mainly said that.
Yeah, like, why are you guys asking us this question unless you think like every guy does it at a
You
club?
got speak into the microphone, please.
So I was asking, like, why would you ask the question unless you think like every other guy does that in the club? Like, you asked the question for a reason. Like,
the reason why he asked this question, she was asking why are you asking that question? The reason why he asked that question is because we were receiving criticism for saying like it's a deal breaker if a girl's regularly going to clubs without us. That situation that he just described that you guys wouldn't be okay with happening to your boyfriend, that happens to women all the time.
Think about it.
See, he said, you guys said it was a deal breaker. You said you was giving a shit for saying it's a deal breaker to go to the clubs without us. Nigga, why you want to go to the club with your girl? See, it's one thing if you and your girl are going to the club together because y'all are just having a night out and y'all just happen to go to a club. But if your girl says, hey, I'm going to go with my girlfriends to the club, and then you expect her to be like, you should come too? There's something wrong with you, man. Like, what is going on? And see, see, this is the thing. You guys got to understand that. See, they're trying to set it up like it's a boundary. He's saying, well, that's a deal breaker for me if you want to go to a club. See, what happens is this is what he's basically saying, right? See, there's one thing to have boundaries and certain like guidelines or whatever, but your boundaries have to be rooted in something practical, logical, and righteous. And if it's not rooted in it being practical, logical, and righteous, then that means it's rooted in insecurity. You understand? And if it's rooted in insecurity, what it mainly is, it's rooted in you being afraid that someone is going to take your girl. So the only reason you're there is to make sure no other nigga tries to holler at your girl, which means you're scared that another nigga is going to try to get at your girl and then therefore take her. That's all it is. These niggas, man. Well, let's continue.
Woman
Which
getting
is
hit on.
why we're saying we're not okay with our long-term partners putting themselves in situations
Yeah,
like
and that's
that.
why I'm asking
You see how they keep saying partners? Ill.
why you asked the question. Is like that what people like go through like at the club?
Yeah,
No,
that's
guys
that's-
don't go
saying-
through that.
You're saying
Yeah, I'm
saying
just
you weren't.
asking.
You're saying you're not okay with him.
No, of
that
course I'm
situation
not.
as he just described. But you guys were criticizing us, like looking at us
For,
like we were
not
weirdos
wanting- yeah,
for
I
not wanting our
understand
girlfriends
exactly-
to go clubbing.
I understand exactly what you guys are saying.
So you guys
So
see
you
the
can see
contradiction
the-
there?
Yes, I
See, the reason why they're looking at them as weirdos is because they're fucking weirdos. Do you understand? Listen, yeah. Okay, let me explain something to you guys. Right? Let me tell y'all what women won't tell y'all. When you ever notice? I'll give it to you like this so you guys can understand. You know when a chick that you're trying to holler at or deal with or whatever, let's say she's annoying or she's kind of goofy or she says something you don't like, right? You don't necessarily tell her in a lot of cases because you just like, oh, well, I'm taking her back to the crib. I'm trying to fuck. Like, there's no reason for you to tell her that she's goofy. You understand? There's no reason for you to necessarily explain to her why you will never take her seriously as a long-term, girlfriend because you're not really into her like that. There's no point. But you, in your head, you know that I'm not really attracted to her like that, but she got a fat ass. I'll fuck her tonight and we'll just probably keep it moving. Right? See, women are the same way. Women don't tell you they think you're lame. You understand? They just either use you because you're lame or they don't fuck with you because you're lame. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got to understand. So he's like, well, you're looking at us like you're weird. Yes, they think you're weirdos. They're not going to tell you they think you're weirdos, but they do think you're weirdos.
Not to mention, like I always tell you guys, shit's on podcasts, like the stuff that come out of their mouth, bro.
Right, exactly.
Like really, chicks on podcasts.
Like they think they're trying to talk sense into these women, but it's not really doing anything. But I'm gonna go to the next video because there's not much else that goes into this fucking video. But I'm gonna go to the next video real quick. Let me take this off the screen. Right. So this next video, I have two more videos to go to. Now this next video, let me bring this up. Let me share the screen. So this one is called Handling Girls Night Out. Okay. Niggas really got videos trying to figure out how do I handle Girls Night Out? This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And guys, I'm gonna take calls after we get through these videos. So hold off on the calls. We're gonna make this happen. All right, so let's start this real quick and see what they're talking about.
When I started broadcasting the show, I mean, the whole point was to help you guys avoid making a train wreck out of your life. And I didn't say it at the start of this show, but this is the only show on the internet that will show you how to avoid making a train wreck out of your life. And I'm gonna give you some actionable advice here. So let's use the example that you provided where she goes out with the girls for Girls Night Out. Mm-hmm. So she's got all dressed up. She's got her little black dress on. She says, "Hey, Paul, I'm going out with the girls tonight." Let's assume that you're in a conventional monogamous relationship. "Hey, Paul, I'm going out with the girls tonight."
My answer is, who are you bringing home to me?
Right. That's why I had to say that to make sure we speak to the mass level of understanding here. So, she says, "Hey, Paul, I'm going out with the girls tonight, and I'll see you when I see you." Right. So conventionally, you might look at that and say, "Well, that's unusual. Why is she going out with the girls?" And your firmware, like your hardwiring, your DNA, every part of it's looking at her going, okay, she's getting dressed up. She spent 3 hours getting ready. She put on the high heels, the little back dress, the Spanx, the push-up bra. She did her hair. She curled it. She put on the makeup. She's getting ready to market herself is what your DNA started.
See, that's the same thing Cole Still was saying earlier. She's getting ready to market. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If your girl is going outside to hang out with her friends, she's supposed to go with no makeup, sweatpants, and a bonnet? Like, what are we talking about?
Not to mention how many of these guys complain that every time they approach a girl, they hear the words, "I have a boyfriend."
Right, exactly. It's a fact. Right? Exactly. So what is it? She got a boyfriend or she gonna fuck around? Like, right? That's a good point. That's a good point. You always hear guys talking about, I've been approaching these girls and they be having boyfriends and all that other shit. So if these girls who have boyfriends are saying, I got a boyfriend, then what the fuck are y'all niggas worried about her going out with her friends? You see what I'm saying? It's like, shit is ridiculous. Let's continue.
To say. So the little, electrons start firing and they're like, and they start talking to you. They go, okay, buddy, you might have to start going to mate guarding. You might have to start going to jealousy mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point that the guy made earlier about jealousy.
Yeah, he said mate guarding. Yo, listen, I'm telling y'all. Listen, I thank God that I'm not a modern male. I thank God. So I'm so glad I don't have this mentality of loserdom and insecurity. I would hate to have to wake up worrying about this shit every day.
Hey, I just want to check something real quick. How many subs does this guy have?
I mean, Richard Cooper, let me see. 238,000 subscribers.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Jealousy being beta is the conventional way that most guys would get jealous. Where are you going? Who are you going out with? Where are you going to be? What time are you going to get back? Well, call me when you get there, right? Or maybe he'll start calling her phone and blowing up her phone when she gets there. That's kind of the beta way, to deal with it. The way that the conventional alpha would deal with it he would just basically look at the scenario and say, women with husbands, women with boyfriends, whatever, don't go out for girls' nights out. And that's
Wait, that's supposed to be alpha? Is that what alpha males do? They say you can't go out because you have a boyfriend and a husband? What are we talking about?
250,000 subs. 250,000.
Yo, guys, is this what alpha males do? They tell their girls they gotta stay in the house 24/7. You can't have no friends. You gotta be locked in a room. Niggas said basement maxing. Exactly. Like they fucking lock her in the basement and they bring food down to her so she can eat. You know what I'm saying? Like the fuck? Well, let's continue.
Said it's just a firm boundary. It's as straightforward as that. The smarter guy would be attentive to her cycle, and of course know when she's in estrus, because if she's going out when she's ovulating, that's when women cheat the most. Okay, they don't.
Yo, this shit is hilarious. Oh, I can't. Hold on.
So wait. So alpha males pay attention to their female cycle? That's what they do?
I guess so. This shit is hilarious.
Netflix and chill night, and they're on their period. That's not when they do it. So the smarter guy pays attention to it that way. So that's the difference between the two approaches, right? If you want some actionable advice in that area, do you want to add to that, or do you want to go to number 4?
You see how much? I need y'all to understand how much dudes are not focused on themselves.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like how dudes are so focused on the female, pedestalizing the female to the point where you would actually keep a schedule of your chick's ovulation.
Exactly.
Bro, if my chick is on her joint and she just tell me, oh yeah, this week is my joint.
Right.
You understand? I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you when it's done.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, what do we? Come on, bro.
It's like, yo, like imagine your chick's like, hey, I'm gonna go out with the girls this weekend to so and so having a party. Well, wait a second, aren't you ovulating this week? I don't know about that, because come on, man. Let's continue.
With the existential despair.
Yeah. So, I do want to add to that a little bit. So, it's really important that I'm not advocating here that we eradicate our jealousy instinct because it's overstimulated. So that's really important. There's a mythology out there that, of course, claims that jealousy is a beta trait, and that in order to be somehow woke or higher level or a better man, you have to eradicate that instinct.
Yeah, jealousy is a beta trait. Guys, let me explain. Jealousy actually is not natural. This is what motherfuckers got to understand. Jealousy is taught. That shit is not fucking natural. Like dudes be listen. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Understand that what jealousy is. When you're jealous, what it is you fear or feel some type of way about the prospect of somebody coming into a situation, taking or getting what you're attached to. And so you won't have that attachment anymore. So it's about attachment. So for example, when you were in high school, there might have been a girl you liked or had a crush on or whatever, or a girl you was dating and all this other shit in high school, right? Now, in high school, you would have got jealous if you saw another guy in your high school try to holler at the chick you were dating in high school, right? Now, let's say 10, 15, 20 years later, you walk down a block and you see the same girl from high school holding hands with her husband. Nigga, you ain't gonna give two shits. Why? Because you are far removed from your attachment to that woman. So if jealousy was a real thing, you'd feel jealous if you saw her walking down the street with her husband.
Yo,
right?
Earlier I was thinking the same exact thing because I was thinking to myself, the way I was thinking of it is that if time is relative, right?
Right.
That means we've been sharing we share trips.
Right, exactly.
You've been sharing trips with you've been sharing trips with every other nigga she's been with.
Exactly.
And again, if time is relative, you're sharing her with every other future nigga.
Right.
Because you understand what I'm saying? Because
Right.
if we really think of these things logically, there's really no point in being jealous.
Right.
There's really no point in trying to lock a girl down. There's really no point in all of this insecure shit trying to keep a chick. Like, keep her for what? I can't even keep this life.
Exactly, right.
I keep coming back to that, bro. One day we're gonna have to give this life up. So
right.
What's the point of trying to keep a fucking bitch? Like, what are we...
Right. Exactly. You can't even keep the person you used to be. So how the fuck you gonna keep the chick? Like, shit is crazy. But let's continue.
To the point where some guys eroticize it. I mean, they're dropping off their women to other dudes' houses. You know what I mean?
Writing blogs about it.
And writing blogs about it. I couldn't believe that crap when I looked at that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What's this guy? You know, and that is somebody who is taking an instinct that's designed to protect you. And it's even if it's not about paternity, she can't really have that love for you. And I say love, it's kind of a container word, but that awe and that respect and be in your frame and have everything that you would want in an LTR. She is not going to give that to you if she doesn't see you as her best and has her apex alpha. If she is making, this is a really important distinction, if she is making the decision to sleep with another dude, in that moment, whether she's right or wrong, objectively, subjectively in her head, she thinks that guy has something you don't.
So basically he said if your chick decides to sleep with another guy, he has something you don't. No.
Okay. but so what? So what though?
Right, exactly. Even if that was the case, so what? But that's not really even the case. like what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Listen. Check this out, right? Let's say you met your girl at a house party. Okay? You met your girl at a house party. When you met your girl at a house party, guess what? She probably thought there were 2 or 3 other guys at that same house party she thought was attractive and was interested in. But you probably got to her first. Which means she would have fucked you and the other 2 or 3 niggas. Whoever would have got to her. Which means that even while your girl is with you, she also finds other guys sexually attractive. Now, for her to do that while she's in a relationship with you is wrong in the sense she shouldn't be cheating, right? But at the same time, what happens is that a woman's desire to have sex with another man does not mean that she finds something about him that you don't have. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is what you guys got to listen. Women are socialized to in the surface and in public to put out a certain image of I'm a one woman man. I would never cheat. I'm not that. If I find the love of my life and blah 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 blah, because that's how they sell it to beta males. Remember, the beta male experience is what? I got to get to know you more. I need to feel emotional connection to have sex with you, right? So if you keep hearing that from women, your reality is she needs to go through this fucking song and dance in order to get to sex. So if she has sex with another man, that means that she had to go through the song and dance with him too, right? Because that's what you've always been hearing, right? You've been always hearing, I don't have one night stands. I got to get to know a guy. I'm not the type of girl, blah, 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 and all this other shit. So in your mind, because you had to take your girl out on 3 or 4 dates before you hit, because when you first met your girl, she didn't let you hit on the first date. If you find out she fucked another dude, then of course he must have something that you don't have, or she must think he's better than you because, your girl's just not like that, remember? You see what I'm saying? But that's the bullshit she sold you because she wanted to fucking get you into the situation where you wifed her up. This is the thing, y'all. You guys are living in an illusion that women created for you. And the reason why women were able to create that for you is because you follow the women. You see what I'm saying? That's the ridiculousness of it, man. This is crazy. Oh my God. But let's continue.
Guys, we can sleep with somebody that is half as hot and she fell asleep, drunk next to a dumpster, and we're going to sleep with her because we're men. We just spread seed. That's our strategy. Women, though, are hypergamous. They're always looking to level up. If they see you as her apex, there's certain circumstances like that are outliers, like revenge cheating or circumstantial cheating when a guy is gone for a long time, stuff like that. But generally speaking, if she is with somebody and she decides to sleep with someone else instead of the guy she's with, it's a statement that that guy has something better or something that her partner doesn't have.
Well, yeah. Well, to a certain extent, he's correct. The guy she is with doesn't have new dick. You see what I'm saying? Like he doesn't.
Dick is a gift.
He doesn't have new dick. So yes, I could understand from that part of the equation. Yeah, he doesn't have new dick. So of course she's gonna get the new dick from the new guy, right? But what he's doing is he's saying women are hypergamous, right? What guys don't understand is the difference between relationship interactions and sexual interactions. A woman could have a great relationship with you, but also want to be sexual with another man. This is what he's saying, well, we're men. We'll just fuck a chick by the dumpster and all that other shit. What y'all don't understand is that women have twice as many nerve endings on their fucking clitoris than the guys have on the head of their penis. They say that women can have up to 20 orgasms in one sex session. You understand? So you think that women can have all this pleasure with sex, and you think that a woman is like, oh, well, this guy over here that I'm with, I don't want any other dick but him. Y'all got to be a fool. Y'all got to be a fool. You understand? You gotta be fucking fools out here thinking this shit. Let's continue.
So that is a direct threat to your alpha frame as a man, a direct threat to who you are, and that is a recipe for destruction and failure in a relationship.
Did he just say?
Bro, the words threat to who you are? What is that? What is that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what can be a threat to who you are other than you?
Right. This is ridiculous. Yeah, Lil Kev, call in after we finish these videos because you talking.
Which is why when we talk about harem stuff or polygamist, which is the male, driven version of it, I'm not one who ascribes to being okay with your woman sleeping with other men, because the way that they select is different than the way that men select. The way we make, and so that.
You know what's so tough about conversations like this? Is because, see, You have to have experience to understand the other side. See, he's like, well, women don't listen. Women select niggas they want to fuck because they want to fuck, bro. Like, y'all don't understand how much women like to fuck. Y'all have no, listen, chicks will be on fucking line on Tinder on these apps, right? This is why I told you guys when I have my shit set up on my profile on my Tinder where it says looking to have consistent multiple orgasms, looking to share some consistent orgasms. This is on my profile on Tinder. Women fucking respond to me asking about that. They ask about the fucking orgasms. Nick, didn't I show? Listen, let me show you again. Do I still got these shits on here? Remember this? I showed you guys this shit. Hold on. This is some other shit the chick said she intrigued about the profile. This chick said, "Hola, Poppy, I bet you have a big dick." Right? She said, I said, "Hey, you free later?" She said, "Come to fuck me. Come to fuck me." You understand what I'm saying? She said, "Looking to get done of the or she said, say one. Let me get one of those orgasms you're willingly passing out." Right? This chick says, "Since we both know that we want what we want, I'm going to ask up front. I like a man who is at least 8 inches. Hope that's you." So you trying to tell me that these women ain't out here trying to get some dick?
Dick is a gift.
This is what I keep telling you guys. Women love to fuck. That's why we have the shirt, "Women Love Sex." You feel what I'm saying? That's why we have the shirt, "Women Love Sex." Let me show you guys so that you guys can go to fucking, thebadboystyle.com and get the shirt, "Women Love Sex." See, the problem with a lot of you guys, the reason why y'all think women don't look at sex the same way as us, or even, I would say this, they look at it even different in the sense of they want it more a lot of times. But the reason why y'all think women don't like sex as much as us is because a lot of y'all are guys who women don't find sexually appealing enough to show you that side of them. This is what y'all don't get. You understand? But let's continue.
That's very destructive for them to do that. And so we want to use our jealousy instincts to our advantage, but we have to have control over it by recognizing we're on overdrive. Like, and our tendency is going to want to do avoidance behaviors to not face it, or to fall into nihilism because it's so despairing. We can now get an existential despair, okay? Or to behave like a convict and go, throw a guy through a window or something at the bar she went to go to girls' night out at or something.
Throw a guy through a window.
Crazy that would end you up in jail. We can't do those things. We have to do something much different than that. And that's alpha man will have that control. What's that? Yeah.
Here's a comment from one of the channel members. He said, "Interesting topic on the beta moves when women step out of frame and men are looked at as weak for confronting them. They're only looked at as weak if she wakes up in the morning and looks at this guy as he's not my best choice." If a man stands up and says, "A woman with a husband doesn't go out for girls' night out," and she stays there, it's fine. She's only going to call him weak or controlling or abusive if she doesn't see him as his best choice. If she sees him as his best choice, can be, "You know what, you're right. I shouldn't be doing that. That's not what married women do. I'm going to stay here with you tonight, or we're going to go out and do something else together."
But see, this is the thing. You're not her best choice, or she's not going to see you as her best choice if you're making moves that show you're trying to keep her. See, okay, check this out. Let's say you have two guys, right? You have two guys. One guy, right, is a guy like, "Hey, where you going? What you doing? You can't go nowhere. Blah, 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 blah." And another guy is like, "Yo, go do what you got to do." Right? What she's going to realize is she's going to say the guy who's like, "Yo, just do what you got to do." Right? What's going to happen is she's going to realize that guy is the better choice. Why? Because the guy who's not trying to keep her, there's a reason. See, when she realizes he's not trying to keep her, guess what she's going to do? She's going to try to keep him. See, what happens is that the first guy who's like, yo, where you going? What you doing? You can't be going out. She realizes he's trying to keep her. So when a man is trying to keep a woman, he's not the top guy. You understand what I'm saying? He's not the top guy. You see what I mean? See, the top guy is not trying to keep the woman. And the top guy, when he has boundaries, his boundaries are not clouded in him worried about her leaving. You see what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Now, if she goes out on her own, if you don't want to look weak, fine. She goes out on her own. You set the boundary. She stepped outside of that boundary. Have her shit in bags on the front porch with the locks changed. When she
See, this is the thing. The topic it is, okay, well, I don't want her going out to the club and doing all this. Okay, the question is why? Now, the answer to that question is everything. The answer to that question is going to show whether or not, right, you are an insecure, needy fuck, or you're a man. I'll give you an example. Let's say the girl says, hey, I'm going out. I want to go out with my girlfriends this weekend because so-and-so is having a birthday and we're going to get together and go to this club. Right? And so you say, well, you know, I don't want you going to the club. She's like, but why? Well, because, you know, a married woman like yourself shouldn't be out in the club in those environments with all these guys that's going to try to holler at you. Right? That's insecure, needy shit. Now, if she says, hey, I want to go out to the club with my friends this weekend and we go into this club. And then the guy says, well, listen, I don't want you going to that club. And you say, why? Well, because that club has a lot of, shootings and violence that has been happening at the club. So how about you and your friends go to this other club? You see the difference? See, one is about actual safety. The other is about you being scared your girl's going to get fucked by another guy. You see what I'm saying? Let's continue.
She gets back. Or go out yourself and do whatever you want. You know, it's entirely up to you. But
disappear for a weekend.
Or disappear for a weekend and soft next her for a bit, whatever. But yeah, it's a good point to kind of hit on.
All right. So I'm going to do this last video. Let me do this last video real quick. Now I wanted to save this one for last. Hold on one second. Let me do this video real quick. I'm gonna pull up this video, and after that, we'll take some calls and all that other good shit. You feel me? Let me pull up this last video because this last video I saved this for last because your Lord and Savior Andrew Tate is on this one. Hold on, let me pull this up. Now this one right here is fucking hilarious. We about to break this shit all the way the fuck down. We about to break this shit all the way the fuck down. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. So this one is called XQC asks Andrew Tate why his girlfriend can't go out. All right. So let's start this and let's go in.
Let's discuss this. All right, cool. I take my girlfriends out all the time, right?
Cool.
But if my girl were to say, I want to go out with 7 other girls to the club, in my personal experience, I'd be unhappy for her to do that because I've been the man in the club that those 7 girls turn up to and end up on his table, and I know what happens. I've lived a very, very long life. I know how that ends.
Okay.
Now, I think that, and I've discussed this already before. I think I discussed this yesterday with Dave Portnoy, which he got upset about. I discussed that if I'm going to be in a relationship and I'm going to have responsibility over a woman, which I want to have because it's my masculine imperative, I should also have a degree of authority that comes with that responsibility. If I'm responsible for her safety, for example, but she refuses to obey me when I say don't walk home in the middle of the night, then how can I truly be responsible? Responsibility and authority are linked. I'm responsible for her because I'm her man and I take the best care of her.
And see, with that point, I understand that and I agree. If you're in a situation where you're being responsible for your chick, right? That's one thing, right? But what he's going to get into is more so about him worrying about his girl being at the club. That's not about safety. That's about insecurity. But we're going to show you in a second.
I might know things she doesn't know. I'm years old if we're going to the club all the time. I'm 35. I've been around. I've seen what happens in the club. You don't need to go there. I'm responsible for you. I take care of you. And by extension, I have authority to say to you, you're not going to that nightclub. That doesn't make me crazy. It doesn't make me insecure. It doesn't make me weak. She can always say, I'm going to go anyway. And that's fine. And then we can break up. And any man who sits there and goes, I'm not insecure, I'll send my girl to the club.
Okay.
Send her to my table, G. Send her to my table. Okay. No problem.
Fair enough. Okay.
We'll talk about insecurity when she's sucking dick.
If you
You see already. He's basically saying, I'm telling my girl not to go to the club. And if you feel like you can tell you go to the club, then yeah, send her my way and she'll be sucking dick. So essentially what you're saying is you're scared to get your girl going to the club because she might be sucking dick. You see how it keeps coming back to being scared that another nigga's gonna fuck with your girl? It always goes back to that, but let's continue this shit.
your girl was to go to the club, right? And I was at the club, you're scared that I will bring your girl home.
I don't live in. It's not about scared because I don't live in fear.
Well, I mean, that's fear.
No, it's not fear.
Okay.
Yo, how is this guy making more sense than Andrew Tate? Like, you would think this guy, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Because he said, bro, that actually is the fear. Like, what are we talking about? Let's continue.
What it is.
Okay, what is the outcome that you do not want of her going to the club?
I'll explain.
Guys coming over and bringing her home. You, by fear, you are scared of her going home with another guy. That is a move that is literally fueled by fear. You are fearful.
That's an interesting viewpoint, and I know you think that that's relevant, and I know you think you've made a good point, but I'm about to dissect it.
Go ahead.
I'm a territorial individual, and I think that being a man, one of the best things about being a man is being territorial, being able to say, that is mine. That's the whole point of it. So let's use an analogy, and please, when I make this analogy, I don't want you to try.
Oh, let me stop for a second. Hold on. Guys, being a man is not about being territorial. You understand? Like, I wish dudes would stop saying this bullshit about being territorial. See, if anything, your territory is you. You understand? And it's your boundaries about who you are, what you're about, and what you do. You understand? See, what happens is that you don't have to impose yourself onto anything or anybody or anyone in order to try to keep them around and say, well, you're mine. I'm telling you, you can't do it. No. This person should be willingly wanting to be there. And when they don't want to, they can go on their way. You see what I'm saying? Like, all of this extra, no, man, this is crazy.
But I'll say this too. If we talking about territorialism or whatever, that's still a form of attachment.
Right.
You understand? Which is ultimately insecurity, because again, you are going to die.
Exactly.
So what territory are we talking about?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's real shit. Let's continue.
Try and get caught up in the analogy because I'm about to compare a woman to a car. Do not say you're comparing women to cars. That's low IQ. It's just an analogy.
Oh, God, he's going to do the woman compared to car shit, but let's go.
If I go
I guess I'm low IQ, but let's go.
outside, right? Or let's say I have a Lamborghini. I have many cars, but let's say I take my Lamborghini. Would I park it in a high crime area? Even if the locks are fantastic, even if my woman is loyal and completely and utterly in love with me, and I know there's 0% chance any man could ever take her home because she's with the top G, which is the case. Even if I know the locks on my car, it has bulletproof glass, it's locked, you can't break into it. Will I park my Lambo in an area where people are going to try and steal it No, I won't, because that is irresponsible. So the fact is, I don't care if men try and come up to my chick, because no one can steal my chick, because I am me. The fact is, it's irresponsible for me to put her in a scenario where people will attempt it. If I walk out to the car park and someone's trying to break into my car, even if the locks to my car are secure, I will still decimate said individual for attempting to steal my property. That's what it's about. It's about territorialism.
See, and that's why that's a bad analogy. A lot of times guys don't understand. Is because a car is actual property. Whereas a woman, see, because even guys like to use this thing about, well, a woman with a high body count and mileage and all this other shit, right? See, what happens is that, or when they use the key lock analogy, well, a key that can open many locks is a master key, and a lock that can be a blah, 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 right? What you got to understand is that all of these analogies take away the woman's, like her being able to make moves. So he's basically saying, well, my car is sitting here and that's what it's supposed to do and just do what it needs to do. And that's that. But what happens is he's taking away the choice of the woman, which is why the analogy is terrible. You see what I'm saying? It's fucking terrible. Because the thing is that, see, even when guys be talking about, like I said, when they talk about body count and the mileage and all of that, if you get into a car, you're driving the car, which means that the car is being driven, which means that the car has no choice but to be driven. But when it comes to a woman has a choice to get fucked, meaning she wants it to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that these dudes don't get when they try to do this car analogy and all this other shit. But see, the problem with what Tate is saying that he doesn't realize is that he's looking at it in the sense of, well, I know what I do when I'm around women at the club and all this other stuff. And so I'm scared that other guys who are thinking like me are going to do that to my woman. But then what's ironic and kind of contradictory to what he's saying, he's like, well, I'm Tate and I'm top G and nobody could take my girl. So if nobody could take your girl, then what you worried about her going to the club?
Exactly. I mean, if the color of your Bugatti is a special color, then
right, like, what are we worried about? If she's not going nowhere, what are you worried about her going to the club? She ain't gonna fuck with those other guys, right? Let's continue.
It's not about being fearful the girl's going to run off with someone else. There's nowhere to go from me but down. It's not about that.
Fair enough.
It's about the fact that it's irresponsible for me to put her in that scenario. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, the argument would be good. If I were you, I'm making that argument. I could rationalize the argument you just did. If most of the girls that I dated or that I was with had the IQ of somebody who cannot move, think, or do anything, and is just stuck on the side of the fucking curb. So yeah, I guess maybe you would have this experience if most of did were 0 IQ, brain frozen. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense in the real world because you don't park your fucking girl on the curb at the club. They move, they talk, they do shit.
Yo, how is this nigga fucking... How is this nigga making more sense than Tate? This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys, when they see this is the problem with these whole arguments, right? Guys forget they're actually dealing with a human being. Guys, I want to tell y'all something that's going to shock y'all. Do y'all realize that women are people too? Do y'all know that? Did y'all like? I want you to understand that women actually are people too, who actually like have hopes and dreams and shit. And who want to have fun and stuff and want to like enjoy life. Like women are actual people too.
Hopes and dreams.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if niggas knew that. Like women are people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might have to get a shirt that says that shit for all the woke niggas. Women are people too. I'm just saying they are. I don't know how to explain this any better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Because girls is players too.
Exactly. Well, let's continue.
It's not fucking. It's not the danger of other guys doing shit, right? Because they can still think And the loss of the potential that one guy out of a million will do some crazy shit and is going to forcibly bring her home, right? Is far that smallness is far outweighed by the fun and enjoyment and fulfillment that they get by going to the club in the first place.
That's interesting.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. He's like, bro, y'all come up with these cockamamie fucking scenarios. Oh, well, my girl's gonna go to the club and 20 niggas is gonna grape her in the bathroom, and that's why I can't like, what are we talking about? Like, most of these niggas is too pussy to even talk to a girl.
And they don't have the influence they don't have the influence, and they don't have the confidence to influence a woman as well.
Right.
You understand? Because you want to basically, supply a certain level of game, influence, confidence, and consistency with your woman, so she can recognize that she has something good.
Right.
You understand? And then shit, you put her in situations. Not that you necessarily want to test her, but the thing is, life is life. She's going to be put in situations where she might be shown something else, tempted to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
But the choice is only special when she makes the choice in the face of all that other shit.
Right.
You understand? That's what these cats don't understand. The choice is the fact that she chose you it only means something if she can look at other things, be tempted by other things, and still choose you.
Right.
Because if that's not happening, then you're not seeing her real choice. You're just seeing the fact that she's probably afraid to lose the money that you provide for her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Or the lifestyle that you provide. And at the end of the day, who really loves Andrew Tate? Let me tell you, the only person on the planet that loves Andrew Tate, it's not even Andrew Tate, it's Tristan Tate. Because I'm messing around, but the way he be talking, especially in conversations like this, I don't know if he actually loves himself when it comes to women. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all of his confidence and validation lies in his brother and what his brother sees in him.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, even with the Bugatti and being the most interesting man in the world and the most Googled man in the world, you still scared of a nigga taking your bitch at the club? Like, seriously?
Exactly. Right.
But
Right.
anyway, guys, listen, I'm about to board my flight, man. Have a good rest of the show, and remember to get your live stream tickets to Vegas, man. Make sure you put the link in there real quick before the end of the show, and yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Have a safe trip, Miles. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you. The truth is inside you. Peace.
All right. Don't cut off the show like you did last time.
Okay, right.
Because you did that shit last time. All right. So let's continue this shit right here.
Interesting. But you also have to understand, because we are different individuals living very different lives. And I'm not going to sit here and comment on your relationships because I don't understand them, because I don't know them.
Okay.
But you have to understand that I am at a status of life where any woman who gets with me understands that to be with a man of my caliber, there are certain sacrifices which must be made. You do not get to be with a kickboxing world champion, multi-millionaire, whose entire life is completely on track, and live a life of spoiled princess, and then also say to that man, I go to the club whenever the fuck I want. You might be able to say that to some other men, but you can't say it to me.
And see, this is funny. This is interesting, because he's saying for a woman to be for a woman to be with the caliber of man that I am, there's certain sacrifices that have to be made, right? But what are those sacrifices, and why are those sacrifices being made? See, this is the entire point of this whole video for guys to understand. See, if you were to tell a girl, hey, listen, like let's say Andrew Tate said, hey, listen, I'm Andrew Tate, I'm the most Googled man in the world, got the Bugattis, all this other shit. Now, if you want to fuck with me and some serious shit and all that other stuff, right? There are certain things that you need to do that are going to enhance your life because you're with me. You understand? So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the girl's life will be super enhanced because she's doing these things, and 1 where her life is going to suck, right? What happens is that he's pushing her towards the 1 versus the 10. And what most guys do is they're pushing the woman towards the one, meaning they're telling the girl, hey, listen, if you want to be with me, you have to give up you. You have to give up your freedom. Do you see what I'm saying? Meaning that if you want to be in a relationship with me, you have to give up your freedom. You have to give up what makes you, have a good time. All of these things, you got to give all of that shit up if you want to be with me. Right? Now, what happens is sometimes a woman will trade it off for a while because they want to reap the benefits off of being with you. But at the end of the day, what happens is that she's going to rebel and she is going to do the shit she wanted to do anyway. See, again, like I said, rules and boundaries are supposed to be put there, right? They're supposed to be put there based on it making sense and not based on it showing your insecurity. You understand? So if Andrew Tate says, hey, listen, when we're out in public, right, I need you to hold my hand and walk right here with me, because when I'm out in public, there's a lot of strangers that come up to me, and I want to make sure that I have a good grasp on where you're at and we're together so that I keep you safe from actual harm, right? That makes perfect sense. You understand? That makes perfect sense. Now, if he says, hey, I know before I met you, you and your girlfriends used to go to the club every weekend and have fun, but now that you're with me, you can't go to the club anymore. Okay, well, why? What's the reason? Well, the reason is I'm scared you're going to go suck some dick. Oh, so basically you're scared that another nigga's going to take me. You see what I'm saying? See, one situation is the reason is your safety. The other situation is I'm scared some guy is going to take you from me. You said, why would it be so hard for a girl to accept not going to a club, though? For a high value man, it's not that deep. Low Kev. If the dude is this high value man, why would he give a fuck about her going to the club? You understand? What is her going to the club doing to thwart what he's doing in his life? Nothing. You understand? He said, okay, so what happens, a lot of these guys who are insecure, they make the woman obligated to quell their insecurities. They want constant validation and reassurance that they are the only guy. Exactly. And that's that insecure shit. But let's continue real quick. Let's continue.
So a woman which may say to you, I'm a unique, special snowflake, I do whatever the fuck I want. If she was in my presence, she wouldn't say that. Now, because women are a reflection of their man. It's not hard to get a woman who sits there and says, you know what? I don't go to the club without my man because I adore my man. If the man is worthy of such adoration.
I don't go to the club without my man because I adore my man. All right, let's continue.
The woman's sitting there going, well, I'm with him, but he doesn't tell me what to do. That's the man's problem. It's nothing to do with the woman. Females are all the same. It's all about.
No, see, this is the thing. You want to give your woman instruction. You want to give your woman guidance and leadership, but your guidance and leadership and the instruction you give her cannot be under the guise of you being afraid to lose her. This is what y'all don't get. Y'all niggas think y'all be having boundaries. These dudes be thinking, well, my boundary is she can't go to the club and she can't be on Instagram and she can't do this. No, you're scared of her doing that because you think she's going to leave you for another man. You understand? That's fear. That's insecurity. That ain't no real man shit. But let's continue.
About the man they're with. I have no trouble and no arguments in my life telling women they don't go to the club by themselves. Zero. It's not a conversation that even ever appears ever because I am me. So for you to sit here and describe scenarios, that's fine. And you're saying that my women are low IQ. I would counter that by saying if I was with the same women you were with, they behave better for me than they would for you. And that is because of my status and my wisdom and my individuality.
Bro, you treat and pay for them like they're Lambos that are parked at the curb. Of course.
Oh shit. He said you treat and pay for them like they're Lambos. See, that's the part that people don't really want to talk about. See, the problem this is the problem with guys who have Tate's mentality a lot of times. He thinks that he's getting some sort of cooperation because, well, I'm the top G. No. The chick is like, well, you're Tate, you got a lot of money. You riding me around in your Bugatti. Okay, cool. I'll play this type of woman you want me to be. I'll play that fucking type of role. But she don't really respect them. You see what I'm saying? But let's continue.
They're going to be like this if you want to go down that argument. So yeah, I guess once more I have to concede the point because you're right. I guess you dated frozen Lambos parked at the curb.
It's not frozen Lambos.
I mean, that is what you compared. That is your example. You compared the behavior and the potentials of her being stolen to a parked Lambo. Therefore, I have to use that analogy when talking about the girls that you are dating, and you are saying, "I'm sorry, it's not an insult. You made this precedent. I have to use it."
I will take any woman I could date, any of women you've ever, I don't know who your girlfriends are. I don't have a clue. But any woman you've ever dated, if I was with her, she wouldn't be going to the club without me. That's the bottom line. And that's because.
So he said, again, there's this thing where going to the club without, okay, if you're a busy man, right? You're making millions of dollars. You got a lot of shit going on. Why the fuck would you be wanting to go to the club with your girl? Why are you... Your girl and her friends are going out to the club. You want to be there to do what? Be there to do what? And in fact, think about this, right? If you're the top guy, right? The top G, don't you have multiple women? Right? Or aren't you fucking with a bunch of different other women? So don't you want time away from this woman to fuck with the other women? Don't you want time away from this woman to handle your business? So you have nothing better to do than to be at the club with your girl, chaperoning her, watching her the whole night, making sure nobody's trying to holler at your girl? That shit is crazy. But let's continue.
To who I am. The only reason clubs even exist, and I'll tell you why, the basic mechanics of clubs. I know a little bit about it because I own a couple. The basic mechanics of clubs is that you fill them with girls. Girls have no money. Men come, spend ridiculous amounts of money on alcohol, which is massively overpriced to try and attract females.
Yes.
If you get a club with no females in it, no men even go. The whole point of a nightclub is to fuck. So I will not send my woman who is with me to the fucking ground.
Okay.
She can go to Walmart, but she ain't going to go to a place which is specifically designed and set up for her to get intoxicated and famoosed. And not because I think she will get famoosed, because she is too respectful for me, too respectful of me to go to a scenario in which she would be seen. Even, listen, bro, you may.
But see, this is the thing. He keeps contradicting himself. He's saying, I'm that guy, so she's not going to do anything, but I don't want her to go there to get shit popping. But if she's not going to do anything, what you worried about her going there? You see what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Well, let's continue.
They disagree with me. I'll tell you something.
Well, I'm like I said, your argument falls on its face because I mean, my woman, she obeys me, right? She has friends and feels fulfilled at doing social activities, and her friends all want to go to the club. It's some girl's birthday, and yes, she's single. That one is vulnerable. It's a vulnerable prey. Okay, that girl. Okay, but they're all going to the club together, right? My girl can't tag along. No, she can't. She cannot partake. She cannot partake in social activities that make her feel fulfilled socially. She can't because that club is designed for people to fuck, right? So she can't go in there or close to it, right? Dude, so many more places are designed to fuck and more people get fucked out of them. So how does that make sense?
It's your prerogative what you want to do inside of your own relationship.
It's not a prerogative. I want you to explain that.
Sure, I will explain. Again, no problem. If firstly you just gave a very particular scenario. So,
no,
right now
that's important because if you say all, then it has to be all the specifics.
When I say my girl doesn't go clubbing, I mean she doesn't go clubbing, right? I mean she does not go out all the weekend. She ain't partying anytime she wants. She doesn't go clubbing. Let's imagine there's a particular birthday for a girl, and this girl is a girl I know, and I think she's a pretty good influence, and she's not a bad girl, and they all want to go to the club, and I drop her off and I pick her up. Then that is a scenario in which it possibly could happen.
Then why do you say all? Then if you agree on a scenario, then why do you say all? See, this is something that you always do. That when you're vocal about your mindset, that irritates me a little bit, right? Not personally, but just overall hearing that is that when you say alls, right, and you're very very hard about that when you're alone on camera, right, and you don't get interviewed or kind of argued. It's a monologue, not a dialogue. You say all. I'm such a lion. All. But when you come here now, and we talk about it, you say, but this scenario, but that one, but this one, but that one. How does that make sense, bro?
Because there are scenarios. Obviously, there are scenarios. Exceptions don't disprove rules. When I say my woman doesn't go clubbing, I mean she does not on the weekends be out clubbing. She does not message me, I'm at the club tonight, see you tomorrow. She does not do that. You're giving me a very particular set of scenarios. Maybe once if her friend had a birthday, maybe, yeah, perhaps. What we're talking about is different things. And I'm telling you why. You're trying to disprove me using exceptions in very, very unique scenarios. I'm sitting here saying people are born with two eyes. And you're saying, no, some people are born with one eye. Yeah, that's true. But in general, when you say someone, how many eyes does someone have? You say two. Now, if someone asks me how many eyes does someone have, and I say two, and you were to run along and go, I know someone with one eye, that does not make me fucking wrong.
So basically he's saying in general, he's saying that, you know, his chick ain't going to no goddamn club. You feel what I'm saying? Now, again, guys can do whatever they want to do in their relationships. All right? They can, you know, set it up and all this other stuff. But what I want you guys to understand, I'll take this down real quick. What I want you guys to understand is that when you're in a situation where you are dealing with a woman and you have these quote unquote boundaries, right? Understand that when it's clouded in fear and the fear of losing your woman, you're always going to lose. You're always going to lose. Well, we can take some calls right now. You guys can call up 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901 is the number. All right, so I think this is a monogamous player. What's going on, fam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Lucario, you already know that I donated.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Oh man. I got a lot to say. About this, man, because everything that you're saying is true, Mr. Lucario. And basically, what I would just put it into the chat is all of this stuff that these guys are spewing out is insecurity. You see what I'm saying? All of this stuff is insecurity, right?
Right.
So first of all, Mr. Lucario, I just want to start off with this. If you're a guy that has a girlfriend, but you don't stay with her, just from the fact that you're not staying with her, there's no reason that you should be all up under her.
Right.
Because you don't even stay with her. You see what I'm saying? So if I was in a relationship, which I am, but say if the dynamics of me and my girlfriend relationship was we you know what I'm saying? Like I stayed here and she stayed somewhere else, right? I would probably only see her on the weekends. You see what I'm saying? Now I would probably see her on the week if there was a need that needed to be met, you know what I'm saying? Because we're in a relationship. But outside of that, I would probably only see her on the weekends. You see what I'm saying? So by logistics, I'm not even under her, right? But I am a guy in a relationship that, you know, me and my girlfriend, we have a son, we have a house, we have a whole foundation together, right?
Right.
Now, let me just start off by saying this, Mr. Lucario. I'm a working class man, right? I'm a working class man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of needs to be met, you know what I'm saying, as a father. And there's a lot of needs to be met as a guy in a relationship. That's holding on the foundation, right?
Right.
Guess what? My girlfriend, she's a working class woman. And she's meeting those same needs, right? And also on top of that, Mr. Lucario, we stay together. So we are around each other outside of work. We're around each other 24/7. So, Mr. Lucario, don't you think that it's natural for us to want to be away from each other at times?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That is the natural thing, right? Now, Mr. Lucario, I remember this, Mr. I swear to God, I remember this, and I just thought about this while you were talking about the live stream, right? I remember being in college, right? And there was this little class that I took, and there was this older couple. They was talking about relationships, right? And they was even saying this. They were saying that we are so vetted in our relationship to where sometimes we can be around each other with this, you know, since we're always around each other, and we can talk all day and have the greatest conversations, right? Right. And then there'll be other days where we don't even talk. You see what I'm saying? My cousin, he's over there smoking his cigar. He's reading his newspaper, watching football. I'm over here doing my thing as a woman, right? But guess what? Even though there's not talking, there's still communication.
Right.
The communication is we understand that right now we are enjoying our personal time. And that resonated with me because me and my girl go through the same thing.
Right.
There's some days we got a lot to talk about. And there's some days I'm doing my thing and she's doing her thing. So whenever she wants to go out, Miss Lucario, I'm always supportive of that because I want her to go out. See, Miss Lucario, I'm about to really drop some game, right? See, the reason why I believe in a Venn diagram. And if people don't know what the Venn diagram is, when two circles are semi-overlap, but they are only overlap in the middle, right?
Right.
And in the relationship, it's all about the balance. See, the lap in the middle is the connection, but the outside part of the circle that's not overlap is the detachment.
Right.
And that's what it's called balance. So yes, you're connected in a relationship, but you still need to be somewhat detached, even while still having a connection. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, there's a life outside of my girl that is appropriate for me to live and for her too. You see what I'm saying? We both have a private life outside of each other. So even when you said going to the club, Miss Lucario, I've probably only been to like a club atmosphere with my girlfriend probably twice since we've been dating. Other than that, like the type of dates we going out is actual dates. When she goes to the club, I want her to go with her. Why would I want to be out there with her girls?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like who the fuck want? Listen, like, what type of fun is that? Where you chilling is you, your girl, and like 3 or 4 of her friends. How is that fun for you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
crazy.
I'm annoyed as fuck.
Right, exactly.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be there. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm cool with her friends, I would have a cool time if that was the case. But I'm not trying to do that.
Right.
That I'm not. You know what I'm saying? She would have to ask me and really want me to do that for me to do that. And then even when I'm out with my boys, you see what I'm saying? We having boy talk. You know what I'm saying? We having guy talk. She don't need to be a part of that.
Exactly.
I don't need to be a part of her girl talk. You see what I'm saying? But then outside of that, Miss Lucario, I'm even about to get deeper in game, right? See, I'm in a relationship, right? And then when I go out with my guys, of course, you know what I'm saying? We all, in relationships, but when we out or whatever, we still kind of play the game just for fun. You see what I'm saying? Because it's just natural for us to do that or whatever the case may be, right? But because I'm having such a good time out and I know females are on my dick or whatever, but I'm just chilling, right? You know what I'm saying? That gives me a good stimulation, right?
Right.
So there have been some times where I'm having such a good time out, I'm thinking to myself, ooh, I can't wait until I get back home to my chick.
Right, exactly.
So don't you think your chick is thinking the same thing too? If some guys is telling her that she look good and da-da-da, she said, nah, that making her feel good. So same thing, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, of course, if you are insecure, you thinking that, oh, these guys are going to take her, but you don't even know. That energy from guys is actually stimulating the energy that she is bringing back home to you.
Right.
So if you all over your girl, right, and she's uncomfortable or whatever, you're probably going to have a bad 7 days in a week. But if you let your girl go out and let her do her thing, guess what? She's coming back home to have better energy to serve you in the next week.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to give each other that space for each other to come back. You see what I'm saying? And also, Mr. Lucario, the greatest relationship is built off freedom.
Right.
Because when you
That's a fact. That's a fact.
A woman wants to come back home. That's a decision. Me and my girlfriend say it every day. Every day we wake up and we make the decision to be with one another. We're not forcing it.
Right.
So when there's a decision, there's an extra layer of confidence and there's an extra layer of trust in it because we're not over each other. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Mr. Lucario, let's just say that, a guy's girl go out and she does do her thing, or a guy kissed her at the bar. There's some random shit happen, right?
Right.
And he never finds out, but she comes back and she continues to be the best chick ever. Then, I mean, what's the problem?
See, but the problem with a lot of these guys is this: they're so insecure that they want to keep tabs on the entire situation because they get their sense of security through their women. So this is why they feel some type of way about the whole situation. They have to control the woman because the woman holds the key in their minds to who they are. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why they're so worried about what the fuck she does, because what she does, that's going to reflect on them. So if she does this, then that they say, well, that means that I am this. Even on the video we showed earlier, where the guy was like, oh, that's a threat to your identity or who you are. And it's like, what are we talking about? What she does doesn't affect who you are. The problem is that a lot of these guys think that, which is why they're so concerned about what she's doing. That's the problem.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. And that's what I said, Mr. Carr, before. There has to be a level of togetherness and a level of detachment, but not detached like you don't care, but a detachment as if like this person needs this life outside of me, or, you know what I'm saying, this space outside of me.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, Mr. Lucario, for me and my girl, right? Sometimes we go on trips together. Sometimes she go on trips with her friends. Sometimes we go out together.
Right.
Sometimes we go out together on a date. Sometimes we got our son with each other, with one another. Sometimes she go out and I'm at home with my son. Sometimes I go out and she's at home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's a good balance of everything. You see what I'm saying? And what you said, Mr. Lucario, when you allow your girl to be free, she wants to come back home and serve you even better.
Right.
And even vice versa, because I didn't have that feeling too. Like, man, I had such a good time and I can't wait to go home and see my son and see my, you know what I'm saying? Because that freedom. But when you all over a person and they feel like they have to do something versus they want to do it, then you're not going to get the best outcome in that situation. But thank you so much, Mr. Lucario, for this opportunity.
That's what's up. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right. So I think, is this Moses on the line?
Yeah, man, you already know I donated.
That's what's up. Appreciate it. All right. So what's going on?
Yeah, Lucario, listen, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm pretty sure you've been out to clubs before. Now, have you ever approached a chick and for some reason, you waited, like it was a chick and maybe a chick or two and one dude, and then next thing you know, the guy keeps disappearing. He's not consistently staying with the chick. You understand? He comes with the chick. How can I say? He goes to the chick and, he chills for like 1 or 2 minutes, then he disappears for 10 minutes.
Right.
You understand? Then he comes back for 2 minutes, then he disappears for 10 minutes. Right? And then I remember I was in a spot where I was talking to the chick. I finished exchanging numbers, and I told her like, yo, listen, tomorrow we can definitely get together and do something, right? Because I didn't want to stay too long with the chick. Now the guy came through. Now he didn't came through on some fighting shit, and even though he came through rough, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, yo, listen, that's my girlfriend right here, right? But you know what's crazy? What I clearly asked the girl, is that her boyfriend, right? And she told me no. And then he said that's his girl.
Right.
And the girl told me no. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I just walked away. He just left me alone, right? And then after that, 16 hours later, guess who was fucking her? Me.
Right.
How come? And then before that, I was telling the chick like, yo, the reason why I didn't go out with you last night because you was with that other guy. I was kind of giving you space to deal with that other guy, and I deal with you another time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what happened was the girl, she told me, yo, that's not her boyfriend. The reason why he's lying, and guess how the truth came out. The reason why he's telling me that is because he don't want her to get with me.
Right.
That's why.
Exactly.
You understand? So have you ever been in that situation where the girl told you, nah, that's not her boyfriend? And the guy
I was in a situation similar. I did a video about this where I was at a spot and I was talking to this girl and the dude, he was in the friend zone, right? And so the girl told me that I was her friend, and then he was feeling some type of way about me hollering at her. You understand? So he was like, yo, I don't like the way you talking to her. And I was like, nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. And then we just sort of stood away from each other, and I was talking to her a little bit more, and that was it. But there are guys who are like that, where they're like what Andrew Tate was saying, territorial, but these niggas is in the friend zone. And they don't like the fact that other niggas is hollering at the chick, and they don't like to see that girl actually being interested in another man because he wants her, but he knows that she's not interested in him like that. So he's all jealous and he's feeling some type of way. And so to another extent, a lot of other guys feel that way when they're actually in a relationship with a woman. They feel like other men are threats to them. So this is why they want to keep their girl away from other guys, because they're scared other guys are going to take them. It's crazy.
Right, exactly. And then plus, this is what bothers me. These people, I wasn't listening too much because I was doing something, but there was a part where in the video, I don't know which one of the 2 videos or 3 videos that you played, where he said, one of them said that, he's an alpha, he's a high value man. But let me tell you this, if you're a high value man or alpha, which I hate using that word, but hey, if you are an alpha, don't you have other women you're dealing with?
Exactly.
And then don't you if you have other women you're dealing with, right? Why are you worrying about her going to clubs, worrying about her going out, going to clubs and talking to other dudes?
Right, that's
you
what I'm
know
saying.
That's what she's supposed to do.
Right.
You understand? And because guess what? Those same guys who's telling you telling the girls not to go out to clubs, they want to fuck other dudes. Excuse me, fuck other women too.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there, man. But Lucario, man, listen. I have a question. Let me get off of here. My question is this: should I charge this shit to the game if she calls me? Because what happened was last night I was out at Saturday night I was at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Now I approached this cute chick, and then I closed the deal. I told her put my number on the phone, call me.
Right.
And then she put my number on the phone. She said, "Hey, after she put my number on her phone, she told me, hey, listen, here's the thing. If I'm gonna deal with her, am I gonna take out to dinner?" I was like, "Oh, nah." I told her, "Yo, listen, no, I'm not gonna take you out to dinner. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna do this other thing instead."
Mm-hmm.
So if she calls me, should I just charge her to the game or try to give her one more chance to do what I want to do?
The thing is, what's that other thing you said you wanted to do?
No, I told her I wanted to go walking for a park.
Okay, so if she hits you up and says, "Hey, let's go for that walk in the park," then you should fuck with her. But if she calls and she's still on some but let's go out to dinner type shit, then you charge her ass to the game. You see what I'm saying?
All right. Because I was like, damn, she probably realized, this nigga ain't no sucker. I can't play games with this nigga.
Right.
But thanks for taking my call.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, man. All right, let's go to 412. 412 is popping. Who this?
Hey, Jared. This is Jared. Hey, and I got like one question. Okay.
Hold on. Did you donate?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me double check. Hold on. Where'd you donate at?
Over on PayPal.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm just double checking to make sure. Hold on.
It should have went through.
Hold on. You sure you sent it in PayPal just now? When did you send it?
Well, I sent it about 10 minutes ago, but I just didn't call.
10 minutes ago. All right. What's your question? What's going on?
So my question I have is that, what is your message to the guys that, that go through beef about some pussy, that disrespect their mom about some pussy, that end their life about some pussy, that lose their job about some pussy? Like what is your message to the guys that do all these crazy things about some pussy, to try to alter their life about some pussy?
I mean, the message is stop being a bitch. That's basically what it is. See, the thing is look, when you get so immersed in your life, right? You don't take anything, first of all, you don't take anything seriously, but you don't take any type of chick seriously to that extent. It's not, because the thing you got to understand is that when you're so immersed in what you do and what you're about and the things you want to make happen, you're not worried about what a woman is doing. So either she is doing what you want her to do, which means that she is in alignment with what you want, or she's not. And if she's not in alignment with what you want, then you get rid of her. If she is, you fuck with her. So what happens is that if you got to charge a chick to the game, or if a chick leaves you on her own, that means she's not in alignment with you. So either way, you're not supposed to be with her anyway. So the feel, it's almost like, okay, if you went to a sneaker store and you wear size 12 and all they got is size 10, right? Are you going to sit there and cry? You understand what I'm saying? Because they just ran out of the last size 12, or you go to another sneaker store. Right, exactly. So why would you bitch, bellyache, and moan about something that's not for you? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem with these niggas. They get with a chick, the chick be on some other bullshit, she leave, or you got to charge or whatever, and the thing is like he's bellyaching and bullshitting about it. It's like it makes no sense because it's not for you anyway.
So why are all the actions surrounded about just around pussy? Like, how come every action, a lot of action that a man makes is always about some pussy? It's never just about him alone. It's never just
because he's not. But that's what I'm saying, because he's not focusing on himself. That's why.
You're working, right? You're getting this money. You're trying to get an SRT or a Durango. Now, you may not want the Durango for yourself, but you'll want it because it's going to get you more pussy. Why work and do all that for pussy and get the car for pussy, and then not
Right,
drive the car
because he doesn't understand or value himself. That's why this is what I'm saying. When guys are doing that, they're doing that because they don't have confidence in themselves. Because a guy, the reason why he's doing that, get in the car for the girl, because he needs the girl in order for him to feel good about himself. If he felt good about himself, then he wouldn't need the girl. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why I'm saying where a lot of these guys who are trying to keep women, they're trying to keep women because they need the woman in order for them to feel like they're a man. You see what I'm saying? But if you understand your value and you understand that you are a man, you don't need a woman. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the problem, is that these guys have this needy energy and they're fucking chasing these women and they're doing all these things to get women. And then when they do get them, they're trying to hold on to them tight, making sure nobody else talks to them, making sure they're not doing this and doing that because they want to keep the shit going, because they're fucking scared to be themselves and recognize who they are and their value. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you, Mr. Carl. I appreciate it. And one more request. I don't know if you're going to do it, but can you make a video about being blinded by the pussy? About just being blinded or guided by pussy?
Oh yeah, I can do something like that at some point.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can definitely do something like that at some point. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, man. All right, is monogamous player again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Mr. Corey, I'm back. Oh yeah, Mr. Corey, and I also wanted to say this because you dropped some heavy game. I believe it was I think it was Saturday or Friday or whatever. You dropped some heavy game or whatever the case may be. Talking about when guys overvalue sex and they try to find connection with a woman through sex, or whatever the case may be, right? I don't know if you remember that live stream. So, Mr. Claudio, to be honest, I used to be that type of guy, right? You know, even though I was having a lot of sex with women and I was just doing my thing and I wasn't trying to connect with every woman, but the women that I actually liked, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, sex was the thing that was in the forefront. You see what I'm saying? And that was really like the only thing that was holding it up, right? So when you having really, really good sex with a woman, right, it's real easy to think that like, oh, like she's the one or whatever the case may be, right? But just because you have great sex with a woman, that don't mean that y'all compatible in everything else.
Right.
And I experienced that in life where I was having great sex with certain women, but over time I realized, okay, we're really not that compatible, other than us just having the sexual compatibility. And to be honest, Mr. Lucario, a lot of sexual compatibility is only temporary. You can have great sex with a woman for 6 months to a year, and then things can start to fizzle off because it's not going away anyway. You see what I'm saying? So things can just naturally fizzle off. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, you could be a woman where like, okay, like the sex might not be great, but it's good. But at the same time, she's serving you in every other way where it's great. So it still balances it out to even more.
Right.
So I even had to learn that over time to where like, okay, like sex is just not everything. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you can't just look for a woman to, I mean, you start off with that, you know what I'm saying, in the vetting process, but then it's all about what a woman does outside of that. You see what I'm saying? That's why me and my girl got real close, because when I first met her, I was fucking several chicks.
Right.
And I had several chicks that was real consistent with the fucking. But guess what? My girl took the extra step, and then she started to show me more outside of that. You see what I'm saying? She started to add to my life and do more. So even outside of all of that, she's not just competing with them on that. They got to compete with her because she's above them now. You see what I'm saying? But with the type of support and the type of level of value that she's adding to my life. You see what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you said that. Like, sometimes you can have great sex with a woman, but that don't mean that y'all compatible in every other way.
Nah, that's real shit. You know, and guys got to understand that. But see, dudes won't understand that because they're not actually out here doing shit, meeting women, hooking up, dating. Some dudes are so far behind because they're not getting experiences. So a lot of the things they don't know until they actually get the experience. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. That's true. But thank you so much, Mr. Vario.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, man. All right, people. About to wrap this shit up. Hold on, let me cut the phone lines off. Let me see what some of these questions are asking real quick. So this one says, what do y'all mean have a life outside of a relationship? Do women accept men doing that? Yes, everyone needs to have a life outside the relationship, meaning that you need to do things that you do without your girl and she does things that she does without you. You understand? Because as compatible as you are with your girl, y'all are still individuals. So there's going to be certain things that you might like doing that she may not like necessarily doing, and vice versa, right? So then you go do your thing. She goes and does her thing. You see what I mean? It says, any advice on how to drop the she's my girl type of mindset? Just understand that you're sharing time and energy with the woman. That's it. That's it. See, the possessiveness, right, creates that attachment, which creates that conflict that's going to happen when that woman and you are, you know, just being individuals. So you enjoy the time you have with your woman, but the thing is, you can't be handcuffing her in every 2 seconds, trying to, you know, where she can't do shit. Yeah, motherfuckers be out here crazy like that. So, Lakar, do you not believe that women can't be influenced by their thought friends? Yeah, they can. They absolutely can. But the issue is this: if you are in a relationship with your woman, right, your influence should be heavier than her thought friends' influences. You see what I'm saying? See, this is what I was talking about. I forgot to mention this, is this, right? See, a lot of times when guys are worried about their girl, you know, like, you know, fucking around and doing some other shit, it's because it's a reflection of the value that these guys see in themselves. Meaning, let's say, for example, you had a job that was paying you $1 million a year, right? And that job really liked you as their employee. They really liked that you work there, and you have a great relationship, right? What happens is, most likely you'll keep working there because you love the job and you're getting paid well. So if another job comes along and says, hey, we want you to work for us, but we're only going to pay you $35,000 a year, you probably be like, fuck out of here. I ain't leaving my job for this $35,000, right? So what happens is that a lot of guys, they see themselves as the $35,000, and they see all the other guys as the $1 million job. So they're constantly in fear that you're going to leave the $35,000 job for the $1 million job. What I'm saying is that when you understand you're the $1 million fucking job, why would you be worried about the $35,000 job? Why would you be worried about any of this shit? And even if a woman, even if she met another company that had a $2 million a year job, she's like, I don't want to leave this one for this one. So be it. Let her leave. You see what I'm saying? That's it. It's not that serious. It says, oh, this is for Miles. He already bounced. So what the fuck is mate guarding? Shit, I don't know. I think that's some red pill shit. You gotta ask them niggas. When are you going to do a show about someone has to submit in a relationship? Oh yeah, I could do that. I'll probably do that this weekend or something like that, or sometime this week. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But that's pretty much it, guys. Man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. You feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Trends, why you so nice with it? The gear's tight, looking right, you got the ice with it. A conversation with me will change your life. Your wife want the pipe, and when I hit, you feel a slight difference. In her box, my cock's bigger, I'm hot nigga. She don't rock with you, she got with you for dough. Your hoes a thought, if you fuck around, I'll take your mom, kiss her, fuck her, then I'm taking your hot sister. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. Your girl, not a side girl. You shit that chick up in my world. You cuff that bitch, I'ma fuck that bitch. You in love that chick, will suck that dick. That slut will kick you out your house, man, fuck your couch. I'm Rick James, bitch, I'll take your bitch and fuck her mouth, nigga. You bitching cause I'm smashing your hoe, you so passionate though. You would laugh her to go on the trip, now you tripping because I got her ass, you acting vaginal, bro. I'll give her back, blow her back out, then go. Nigga, act like you know. Sharing is caring, nigga, I dare a nigga to swear that niggas can get to his chick. I put fear in niggas, they scared this nigga will take the girl and make her my bitch. You the type to die for a slut. You lie just to fuck. You like to get drunk and high just to get the courage to say hi, you a punk. You want to get some ass, but then you act like a monk. She's stringing you along, it's going on like a month. You spending all this dough, she still ain't touching your junk. She taking off her panties and you smelling the funk. You say you hate it, but you ate it even though that it stunk. Nasty ass nigga. Your girl, not a sock girl. Your girl, not a sock girl. Your girl, not a sock girl. You shit that chick up in my world. I'ma keep fucking your lady. My pull-out game's amazing. We ain't having a baby. You bitchin' moaning and crying, complaining, acting crazy because I'm fucking your girl. You punk ass, you pay me. Get cash to smash your whack ass chick. You too stupid to realize I'm teaching your whack ass shit. All up in your feelings, you feeling all attached, and it's making you go crazy. And maybe if you had that shit we call game, you know you can't control no hoe. No matter if she's bad or right or just so-so. You trying to control that bitch, that's a no-no. You worried about other niggas, that's so homo. Pause. Niggas wanna be so